might be the way I'm going, and I could use a little company. After that day moving forward, she was mine. Little did I know that would be the last thing on her mind. Take me back where the rain still falls, where the clouds are gray and thunder call. Let me take my saddle from the wall. I'm nowhere to be found, still searching, you're my queen of the underground. Swagger to a stroll. The way she moved just made me lose control. Stop smart, is it hard in gasoline? Struck a match and set my motor clean. For the wedding bells it ring. By the altar all alone, is there a baby? Where the rain still fall, where the clouds are gray and thunder call. Let me take my saddle from the wall. I'm nowhere to be found, still searching for my queen of the underground.
Hello everyone on Staten Island. It is your favorite girl on the rocks, of course, and we are here for another episode of Raw Urban Music Sessions. And I am here with Our Own Yokos. You guys actually just heard Crash. And if you guys like that, I'm hoping that you will stick around with us throughout the show because we have more music for you. So, guys, hi.
Hey.
We've been having a good old time behind camera, you guys, so we've already gotten ourselves acquainted. But I've seen you guys perform before over at Hub 17. We had a great time.
Yeah.
So I want everyone out there to kind of get a little bit to know you guys before we get into the nitty-gritty, okay?
Yeah.
So please, if you can go down the line, let us know your name and the major part you play in the band.
Cool. Well, my name is Sean Gold. I play guitar and I sing and also write some songs.
Yeah, my name's Cole. I play the drums. I don't write any songs. Keep it simple.
I'm Brian. I play the fool and bass.
Nice.
Dope. So I want to get into the meaning of the name,
Yeah.
100%. But before we do, I think that is really cool that you guys kind of have someone to do the song, someone to sing, someone to do the drums. So how is that songwriting process for you guys, especially for Crash?
Yeah, sure. So a lot of the songs that we come up with, since Brian and I are the two songwriters in the band, maybe I'll come up with an idea that I have on my own, and I'll write some lyrics down, and maybe I'll get stuck with something.
Yeah.
I'll give it to Brian, and we've been basically writing songs together like that for the last 10, 12 years or something.
Usually he'll come up with cool bits. I'll be the one that's like, all right, this is the verse, this is the chorus, and then when we run out of ideas and space, we're like, Cole will do something.
Yeah. So
I like that flow.
For Crash specifically, that's basically exactly what happened. Like I had an inspiration, wrote down some words, had a melody and a chorus, and I didn't really know where to go. So I workshopped it with Brian, and Brian came back to me with a couple of great ideas and arrangements and how do we end the song and stuff like that. So it's a really great dynamic between the two of us, and then Cole comes in and just does all these crazy things that we can never think of on drums.
Right.
So it's just the dynamic between the three of us is really, really great like
That's
that.
a beautiful flow. I think that's good that you guys get to work off of your, I don't want to say insecurities, but you guys pick up after one another. So I think that's
Yes.
beautiful.
It absolutely is insecurity.
Yeah. So yeah, it definitely is, and sometimes that the insecurities cause great songwriting.
Yeah.
And some of that
Absolutely.
tension really some great music comes out of it.
I love
you know?
it. So I know they're all wondering,
Yes.
how did you come up with your awesome band name, you guys?
All right, I think Brian's got that one.
Yeah, I
the
mean,
story down.
there's the idea in rock lore that Yoko Ono is the reason the Beatles broke up, and like, it's not true, right? It's the Beatles just stopped liking each other, is what happened, and so to kind of to battle that myth a little bit and stand up to that, we know we're not going to be a band forever. We know one day we're going to break up. It's not going to be because of our girlfriends or our jobs. We're just going to not like each other anymore. So we don't have Yokos. We are our own.
And like to follow up on that, John Lennon felt very viscerally about Yoko Ono, and we just wanted to capture some of that energy, like, why can't we be your own Yoko? Why can't we be something that you feel viscerally about and that you enjoy? And, so everybody has their own Yoko. Why can't we be yours?
I love that. I absolutely
There's
love
the
that.
sales pitch.
Right, yes. Like, we were talking about the high camera, and I remember before I came in, one of our camera operators was like, "Are you going to ask about the name?" And I was like, "Absolutely."
Yeah.
Because I actually wanted to know about that when we were performing down at Hub.
Sure.
But we had so much going on, so I
Right.
never got to sit and actually get to talk to you guys. So I'm happy that we were able to do it together, and others get to tune in and
It's
get to
great.
know about you guys
Yeah, I
as
love it.
well. So I know you guys were saying that you kind of work off of each other to create the songs. How long does a song usually take to finally have that finished cut?
It depends, So a song like "Carry On," which is one of the songs you guys will be hearing today, that was one that took basically 2 years to finish. I had the rest of the song, like 90% of the song done, and it was one of those things where that was around the time I met Brian for the first time, again, 10 to 12 years ago, and gave it to him. He, did some things, and we finished the song.
And then sometimes it's real quick.
And sometimes it's real quick.
Yeah.
There's a song called "New Wave Dave" that you're not going to hear today, but you will be on a future recording. That song, maybe we wrote the melody for it in 1 or 2 days, and then the lyrics just came really, really quickly after that. Sometimes it's a line that triggers a melody, and sometimes it's a melody that triggers some words. So it really it changes each time. So it really varies. We really literally 2 years to 1 day is the range.
Right.
Like so. But yeah, like once we have a good song, we know when to stop.
But it's quality over quantity, right?
Yes.
I definitely believe so. And I know every time I see you guys perform, the passion in it and the not necessarily choreography, but just you guys looking at each other and knowing like, I love that. I love that.
It's very apparent. Yeah, and that's something we the stage presence that we have and the dynamic. I keep using that word, but the dynamic we have on stage is just very like, we're at home, we're playing with the three of each. We know where we're gonna go. If Brian gives me a look, I know he's gonna play a certain riff in a certain space, and Cole do a certain fill, and then we'll know where. There's a lot of telepathy, that happens.
I love it. Well,
Yeah.
you guys stay tuned. We have more music for you right now.
Sitting in my chair, watching as the clock ticks slowly down in my despair. Not getting very far. You're not picking up the phone. I wonder where you are. It's getting harder to hold on. Way past where the line should have been drawn. Just take my hand, I promise no goodbye. Let us be together, and on your bed we'll lie and dream and count the stars above and do all those silly things that you do when you're in love. But now It's not about the fun. Where the house is falling, we hear our calling and we run, run, run. These lights, they slowly fade away, telling us that here we cannot stay. These days they come and go so fast, and we have no time. Stop and think if this could last. So let's carry on, and we'll find the hours, they don't matter anymore. Carry on, all unwind those ticking little hands that tell us time. Got no chance or the phone, and I'm trying to get on home, but my ferry's not on time. My mind is drifting sideways through the alleys and the byways. I know no reason or rhyme, reason or rhyme. I'm sitting in my chair, thinking about all the ways that life has been unfair. But now, stressing ain't the key. I got a lot to live, I got so much to give, and nothing can bother me. So let's carry on, and we'll find that the hours, they don't matter anymore. Carry on, we'll lose our minds, those shaking little hands that tell us time. Yeah, 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 yeah. Carry on, and we'll find that the hours, they don't matter anymore to us. It's dangerous to unwind those wicked hands that tell us time.
Keep calm, carry on. We hope you're still here with us. Did you enjoy that last song? If you did, make sure you guys go find Our Own Yokos out there on streaming platforms.
Not yet. Not
We're
yet.
working on it.
We're
working
getting
on it.
there. We're recording.
Absolutely. And where are you guys going to be performing next?
Next, wow. So we have a show coming up on May 6th at Burrito Bar celebrating Cinco de Mayo. So we're going to be playing for 3 hours. So I don't know if that's too long for you guys or anything like
love
that,
it.
but if you want to hang out, listen to some great cover songs, some great original tunes, some of which you're going to hear tonight, like, come out. May 6th Burrito Bar, 6 to 9 p.m.
Oh, that sounds like a vibe. I'll be there.
I hope you
I
will be.
love burrito bar.
Awesome. You heard it here, folks.
You know? And I think so. It's 2022. We have social media. We have the YouTubes. We have all the streaming and all of that.
We do.
Right? And it's a lot of pressure. You know, getting the views, getting the likes, ads, and everything like that. So I really wanted to know, with music, is this something that just came to you one day? You said, all right, you know what? I'm a musician. Or is it something that it was just in you since the moment you came into this world?
Yeah, like I think I could speak for the three of us when we say that music is just a completely innate thing that's a part of our fabric,
Yeah.
you know? Like
Well
I
said.
started playing when I was like 5 years old or so. Like my dad taught me the first couple of chords, and I threw the guitar down because my fingers weren't big enough to play a G chord, and, you know, so, but luckily he kept, you know, being persistent with me, and, you know, I just picked it up, and since then I've just absolutely loved it, you know, and I started writing, you know, junky little songs when I was 8 or 9, you know, and then, I was in a band in high school and that kind of thing. And
So it's been leading up to this.
it's been leading up, like helping out with my music teacher with high school productions, doing some things, and it just basically led up to this moment. I guess sitting here with my bandmates and so.
Absolutely. How about you guys?
Totally. Yeah, no, I've been playing music for as long as I can remember. I first started playing the accordion when I was like 6 or something like
See,
that.
I didn't know
Try
that.
Yeah.
I didn't
Ooh,
know
we're
that.
learning new things today.
Accordion, piano.
Awesome.
I think guitar was after that, and then at some point I was like, I think I could play the drums. And I just sat down at a drum kit at like Sam Asher Guitar Center one day, and I was like, yeah, I got this. And I just
Guitar Center
started.
sessions are always fun.
Yeah, they're always
Oh my
something special,
goodness.
right?
And how about you?
Yeah, no, similar thing. And piano when I was super young, but it was like the middle school orchestra. I specifically remember because the teacher I was either gonna play the double bass, upright bass, or the cello, and the teacher pulled me aside, and I was like, it's got to be bass. It's got to be like it's just somebody playing upright. It's the coolest thing in the world.
Yeah.
To
Very
this day, it's the
classic.
coolest thing.
We were just talking about the Stray Cats before, and how the bass player does all these dance moves and acrobatics with the
Right.
bass and jumps on him and stuff like that. We're not quite a rockabilly band, but we like to think that we bring that kind of energy
Right,
to our
yeah.
performances.
Absolutely. And I wanted to get into that. So you have 2 guitar players, you have a drummer, but you guys all play different musical instruments. So what are the specialties that you guys bring to Our Own Yokos individually?
Yeah, that's a really good question. So
I mean, I think because Cole also will dabble on guitar sometimes, and like I dabble on guitar a little. Sean likes to get behind the kid and warm up some. So a lot of times, I don't think we think of ourselves as guitarists, drummer, bassists. We are musicians, and so like if Cole says, "Hey, try this on the bass," like I'm not offended. I'm not like, "Oh, my precious instrument." Like, how dare you say? No, it's like, yeah, this is a good idea. And like same thing, I could be like, "Hey, maybe pull back on this beat," and like we just have that kind of trust with each other to really follow each other's leads and see where it goes.
yeah, the chemistry's great. Really is. Yeah, so like I'll play bass. Sometimes during rehearsals, we'll switch instruments and I'll play bass and Brian will play guitar.
I
And
wanna see this.
it'll be a lot of fun. We're actually working ourselves up to a gig. We'll try and do one song, and the next gig or the gig after. But yeah, like I'll play a little bass, or Brian will play some guitar and come up with a riff, and then write a song around it, and then he'll bring it to the table, and then we'll arrange it how we're gonna play it live. And live, I'll play guitar usually live, and Brian will play bass live,
Yeah.
and that's how it works for the live setting. But when we write, it really could vary depending on what instruments we're just literally holding in our hands at that moment,
Wow, this is a well-oiled machine, you guys.
Yeah.
Let's get into some more music with Our Own Yokos.
And I stand it the way I'm jumping out of my seat. But I just wanna know you, wanna make you feel the beat. My heart was getting lonely till I saw you coming around. That feeling just can't stop, that feeling just can't. I just wanna feel your love tonight. I just wanna make you feel alright. Party every night down on the floor. And that's just what we came here for. The way you move, girl, that night I can't get out of my head. You took me in your arms and let me right into your bed. So come over here, let's keep on dancing to the rising sun. And I know that you're what's happening, I know that you're the one. I just wanna feel your love tonight. I just wanna make you feel alright. Party every night down on the floor. That's just what we came here for. street lights calling your name. I said the street lights calling your name. Street lights calling your name. Oh, oh, I said the Yokos calling your name. I said the street lights calling your name. Oh, I said the street light is calling your name. I just wanna make you feel alright. Party every night down on the floor. That's just what we came here for. I just wanna feel your love tonight. I just wanna make you feel alright. Party every night down on the floor. That's just what we came here for.
That was Feel Alright, Our Own Yokos. We hope you're feeling alright at home. Turn your televisions up. We have some more interview to do with our special guests. So, I want to know from each of you, how do you think music, especially in the genres that you all love, is changing? And some of the milestones that you've all had as a band.
Interesting. We can answer that second question right away. I think playing at the Bitter End was probably a huge highlight for us. That was one of our first major shows, and we were lucky enough to play at one of the most revered clubs in New York City.
Hendrix has played there.
Yeah, Bob Dylan and Lady Gaga got her start there. I mean, so to have our second show at the Bitter End was really far out. And it sort of, being on that stage, it sort of got us prepared to play all sorts of other different kinds of places, So that was a huge milestone for us. And when it comes to the music that we love changing, like I could speak for Brian and I, we're big rock guys. Cole, you dabble in hip hop a lot also.
Yeah, I try to listen to Around the Horn.
Yeah, but it's really interesting when you see people say rock is dead,
or
rock is going away.
Needs to be saved.
It needs to be saved or resuscitated or something.
Like the
Look at
music.
Eugene Simmons.
Yeah.
So what is your take on that?
I think that rock music morphs and changes with the times.
Absolutely.
You see it, with Machine Gun Kelly, and I mean Travis Barker. We've been fans of him forever. Since the Nickelback days.
Everything I know.
And yeah, exactly. One of his biggest influences. So it's just morphing and changing. It's always there. You see the Kardashians with the Slipknot shirts and the Nirvana shirts and stuff,
Absolutely.
And so that culture is never really going away. It's just a matter of who's stewarding it.
Absolutely.
And you had the Foo Fighters that were the stewards for rock music for the longest time, and they're awesome. Taylor Hawkins, rest in peace. But it's really it's about the times. That's really what I have to say about that.
It's like anything else. You know
Yeah.
what I mean? The fashion trends change over time, music trends change over time.
Yeah.
And so, what does your success for the band look like to you guys?
Yeah.
I mean, I feel like we really want the sky to be the limit. I mean, it's one of those things where you don't want to be overconfident. You want to stay humble. You want to know where you came from, but at the same time,
if we don't set our sights high, it means we're never gonna have a chance to get there. We think the three of us, what we bring to the table is very unique and interesting.
Absolutely. I agree.
Thank you. Again, you heard here, folks. But yeah, we think that we have something special going on just between the three of us. So people are responding. People are coming out to see us.
And at the same time, though, if all it ever is we rehearse in Cole's basement, that would also be enough.
Yeah.
That's enough.
Yeah.
I was just thinking about this the other day.
It can be that simple. Yeah.
What does the dream look like?
Right.
It could look something totally different for one person as opposed to the other. What is making it? Playing at Madison Square Garden or being a working musician where you get paid every single week and you can make a living?
Exactly. And just going to sleep saying, I got to do what I love to do today.
Yeah, and I feel emotionally and spiritually fulfilled because of
Definitely,
it. And that's with this band. That's how we feel. Going to sleep at night, we're we're playing with the best musicians that we can right now, and we're having the best time doing it. So it's just that right now we're living the dream. But we can always, we always have our heights
Always,
past the clouds into
absolutely.
the stratosphere, you know?
So, you guys are feeling all right.
We're feeling
Yeah.
right
You
tonight.
guys are feeling all right.
Hell yeah, yeah.
The perfect titles. And we're about to get into that list.
Okay.
I didn't
boy.
forget.
All
I
right.
didn't forget. So let's get into this next jam with Our Own. Our Own Yokos.
Yeah.
Tongue twister. Let's go.
Thousand times before, thought that I heard you say, walking on thin ice, my friend, you gotta find another way. But the door seems to be closing, stuck inside this stream. When I hear your name, then you fade away into the night ain't always see. It's alright, babe. We don't have to play pretend. Oh yeah. It's just another memory, a night, just another part of history. Time is up, you said. That didn't bother me. Yeah. Cracking under pressure, shaking at the knees. Sky is falling and I'm getting really nervous. And this might be it for me. My tongue seems to be twisting, and the words are having trouble to find. But I'm trying to make my way through the smoke in the mirrors. Try my best to see a bit clearer. Shut the light, babe. I think it's time to say goodnight. Oh my, I gotta admit, we took it far too long. Used to be so easy, like a favorite song. Love is blind, you said. I guess that's why you don't see me. Baby, 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 let me follow you down. All the routines and so long when you're not around. Oh, honey, 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 won't you follow me, yeah? And I'll take you away from this land of make-believe. Can I play my guitar, Brian? Tried my very best to keep the whole thing from going under, but the rain fell too fast. Driving in circles, take a journey through my head, going through the things she said, but she speaks without a sound. Baby, 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 let me follow you down. All the routines are so lonely when you're not around. Oh, honey, honey, won't you follow me, yeah? And I'll take you away from this land of make-believe, to this land of make-believe, to this land. Baby, let me follow you down.
We are back, Our Own Yokos. We hope you enjoyed that last tune. So, you guys, we are here. We're still here, everyone.
We're kicking it.
Yes. So before I kind of ask you guys to let everyone know where they can find you, social media and outside-wise, we were having a conversation about just being creatives and what that looks like sometimes.
Yes.
And there is this list.
There's a list. So
There's a list. So please take it away. Let them know.
So Brian and I, back in like 2013 or 14 or so, there was a circumstance that happened, and we came up with our first band
Basically,
name.
it's just like anytime somebody says something cool, but like they don't mean it, like we just say, that's the name of my band.
Right.
Yeah.
That's the name
It
of my
started
band.
with that joke.
Here,
And basically, it's just built and built
We
and
just
built.
kept writing them down.
We're in the
Yeah.
year 2022 now, and we have about 1,540 or so band names.
Absolutely insane.
Yeah. So like, if someone says something vaguely interesting, band name, that's it. You know.
Yes.
We have a shared note so we could be separated from each other.
That's insane.
And then,
The
Brian
organization
will
on this.
update it, and I'll get a note. Oh, that's a good band name. Yeah, let me write down my ideas. So this is how we keep ourselves on our toes and keep those creative juices going.
Yeah.
All right. So for the fun of it, you guys, I'm going to shout out a number.
Okay. All right.
728.
728. I
know
like
it's
the lucky
down
number
and far
7.
down there.
So
But let me
728.
know. Let me know.
Yeah. So it looks like
I'm
we're getting
following you down. I'm following you down.
7 deadly grins.
That is a good one.
That's a great one. So you picked a
That's why
winner
we
right
keep the
there.
list right there.
That's why we keep the list.
That's like an awesome conversation starter, icebreakers. That's a
Yep.
multi-purposeful list. So
Yeah.
you
Yep.
guys can turn your creativity into a lot of things, and that's the really great thing about being around dope musicians like this. So with the last song that we just wrapped up, what was that creative process like? Like, I know you guys said it takes about 2 years to one day to write a song.
Very specific,
Not
yeah.
a great answer.
And I know that it is, triggered by whatever you guys are going through right then and there. So with this song, how did you guys kind of come up with the sound, and what were you guys feeling at that moment? And how long ago was it?
This was the first song that Sean ever brought to me.
Yeah.
And so this one goes back.
Oh, it's the OG.
Very, very way back.
and I specifically, it's like the perfect example of what we were talking about before, where Sean had the verses but he didn't have a way to get out of the chorus, and he didn't have a way to get into the bridge, and that's where I was like, I've got some weird ideas, and he said, okay.
Yeah. I was like, I trust you. I'm hitting the writer's block, man. Like, you're going to take my song and you'll do something with it. And that's the way you hear it.
Yeah.
Is the way that Brian finished it off.
Absolutely.
So.
And then it's so nice to just know that whatever we're doing, Cole will just, it's like having John Bonham, or, it's just, it's
Cole,
hitting
like,
the easy button.
Don't let his silence fool you. He is a ferocious drummer. A
Ferocious.
ferocious
Absolutely.
drummer.
The face during playing, you gotta zoom in, you guys. When you guys are watching.
I gotta
He's
focus
mean.
real hard to
He's
make
a
that
mean
happen
dude when he's
correctly.
playing,
Yes.
you
Doesn't always
know?
come out great,
But that shows the passion. You know what I
Yeah.
mean?
Yeah.
And so you guys have been together for how long officially?
As a band, we've been together maybe 3, 4
2018.
years.
Yeah,
2018,
first band.
yeah. The
Yeah.
pandemic, you sort of forget time.
Yeah.
The
Oh,
pandemic.
100%.
But like
100%.
as a band, we've been together for about 4 years or so. Like I said before, Brian and I have been writing together for years, and then the two of you have a relationship before Brian and I even met.
Oh, wow.
Yeah,
You know?
I was in a band called Curious Volume back in the day, and Brian.
They were my favorite they got me into local music. I conned my way into my favorite band. Highly recommend that for everybody.
There was
Yes.
no con. He's
Also.
a super talented guy, and we needed a super talented guy.
Yeah,
so-
and then one of the bands me and Sean were playing in, we had a gig booked, and the band at the time kind of, everybody graduated and started jobs,
Yeah.
so life happened, and we were like, let's not cancel the gig. Let's just see what Cole's doing. If it doesn't work out,
Doesn't work
doesn't
out.
work out.
And so-
but it worked out.
Was that the Richmond Town?
That was-
That was
gig?
the Richmond Town gig in 2018.
That's crazy.
That was the
Wow.
first, and we maybe had
That
a
was such
practice or
good
two
show,
before
too,
that.
Like,
You guys are killing it. You guys are just killing it. Like, it's just
No, but,
effort.
you know,
Yeah, we're pretty cool. We're pretty cool.
So
I mean, they say that.
Where can people find you on social media if they just want to reach out and just let you know that you guys are killing the game?
Yeah, well, if you guys want to do that, like, we would be very appreciative. You could hit us up on Instagram. Just follow Our Own Yokos. That's our handle. We're also on TikTok. We're trying to make the waves in TikTok. Our Own Yokos as well. We have a link tree, but like, you know, a link tree.
It does make life easier.
It makes things easier because we have, you know, radio performances and upcoming show dates and, you know, and all sorts of stuff on there. And hopefully by the middle of the summer, we'll have our first single out. So keep an eye out, guys.
Absolutely. Well, thank you, thank you, thank you.
Thank
so
you.
much
Thank
for
you.
coming.
Are you kidding? This was a blast.
This was crazy, right? I loved it. From the moment you guys walked in until right now, I'm just having so much fun. We're going to have more fun off camera, but thank you guys so much for tuning in for another episode of Raw Urban Music Sessions with Girl and Rocks. This was Our Own Yokos, and make sure you guys go out and listen to more of their music.
That's some good questions.
You guys too, man. The whole crew.
If you're
Thank you.
clapping,
Killing
Yo,
it.
thank you to the whole crew. Thank you guys so much.
We've been doing this show for 10 years.
Oh my God.
Wow.
That was one of the best interviews. Hilarious.
Yeah.
Can I do one?
Of course, yeah, please.
I'm so excited to do one.
Take a number.
oh my God,
This
that
would've
is
been the
so
thing.
good.
22.
20. Oh, you got one of the
I love when
OGs.
people pick like single digits.
This is a great one. Grudge Judy. Yes. You got the winner. Oh, that's beautiful.
That's it.
End it right there. That's the end of it.